I did all my best to smile till your singing eyes and fingers drew me loving to your isle, and you sang, sail to me, let me enfold you. Here I am, waiting to hold you.
Oh, this is so intimidating. This is too it's not intimidating. Intimidation is a game. That was a prank, Roly Poly Games. That was a prank, Potion Master. I had you. You thought that I was going to stream on the other video, but actually, I was going to stream right over here. You have no idea what the hell I'm doing, buddy. You need to get with it, Unk. I'm sorry. You're not Unk. I can't be calling people Unk. I'm too elderly for that. I mean, look at my hair. This is elderly hair. Whoa. You got some homemade art in a coffee in a Christmas. Bleh. Bleh. I'm glad that you got such lovely and heartfelt offerings from your little niece and nephew. Is my audio okay? I'm not sure that it's okay. I might be hollering, but that is okay. I think it should probably be okay. I'm saying okay too many times. Okay. Rein it in. First order of business. I should probably greet everyone. Hello, Dodsdolo. Hello, Chaser Rabbit. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Potion Master. Hello, Indecisive Insomniac. I like that wide-eyed gaze. It was pretty cool. It made me feel, stupefied in the moment. Thank you for telling me that my audio was good, Nicola. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your extensive knowledge about the structure of plants. That was pretty cool. What sort of art did you get, Dodsdolo? What was it a drawing of? Was it a beautiful drawing of a little horse? Are you a horse person? I could see you being a horse person. I could see you having multiple portraits of horses lining your bedroom walls as you gaze longingly at them, but not in a weird way. What the heck is this? Okay, a commercial? I have ad blocker. Why am I getting a commercial? That's messed up, buddy. But anyway, we're going to continue on with this Tim Buckley train. I've been really into Tim Buckley lately. But anyway, I don't know what I was going to tell you. I didn't mean that you were into horses in a sick, freaky way. I just meant that you were probably into horses in an, ethical cowboy way. Don't worry about that. I think cowboys are pretty cool. I recently watched the film Brokeback Mountain. I thought that it was going to be a lot more salacious than it was, but it was actually quite boring. I probably wouldn't watch it again. You know? My mic is a bit low. Well, what if I just yell? Well, what if I just holler? Okay, I'll just turn it up just a little bit. There we go. Evil Santa with a bloody knife. Those kids are gonna go after you in your sleep, Dodsdolo. You better sleep with one eye open before they sacrifice you to Santa. I don't know what a jabuni is. Oh, it's a pretty 5-petal flower from pipe cleaners. Jabunis. 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 He's in the edgy phase. How old is he? Alright. On this Buckley train. And on this Meg and Mog train. Have any of you ever read Meg and Mog before? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it's subjectively good. It appeals to my taste because I have a rather, I don't know, juvenile temperament. And so the shenanigans and the scummy behavior of the characters in the comic does appeal to me. And I like the rustic art style. Is rustic the correct term to use there? I guess you could say unpolished, but it's cool. It's nice. I like Meg. I like her long, luscious nose. Actually, having an extremely elongated nose is one of my favorite character design traits, and that's why I'm a big fan of Brendan Small from Home Movies and Pearl from the hit cartoon Steven Universe. I just like whenever characters have a super duper long nose. I wish I had a super duper long nose, but alas, I haven't got much there. See? Are you looking at my nose? Please do. Please confirm that my nose is mediocre and inadequate. Thank you. Alright. Whoa! My comic disappeared. It was on there, and now it's gone. Gone like how I abandoned all of my Polish sons. But anyway, that's not the concern right now. Now it's back. I'm not a rat, Donnie Doo-Doo. I am a mouse. It's okay if you can't tell the difference. Whoa, I messed it up again. There we go. There we go. I think these visuals are pretty high-tech. I've never actually listened to Jeff Buckley. I've only listened to Tim Buckley, who is Jeff Buckley's daddy. But I have no desire to listen to Jeff Buckley because I just don't like his gaze, which is kind of strange because Tim Buckley and Jeff Buckley have about the same gaze because they're quite similar looking. But Tim Buckley is a lot more, I don't know, wholesome looking? Is wholesome a stupid word to use? Maybe it is. It doesn't matter. What do you think about this witch's gaze? What do you think about... Wait, I don't know if this is safe for YouTube, but it's okay. If my channel gets flagged and deleted, I must move on to better things. Annoying gaze? What, you think that Jeff Buckley has an annoying gaze too? Roly-poly gamer? Merry Christmas, Donnie Doo! I forgot to tell you that, by the way. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. What's your New Year's resolution, buddy? Are you gonna whip yourself into shape? Are you gonna get a haircut? Are you gonna get a low taper fade? I bet that would suit you really well. Are you gonna get your edges lined up? I can give you a haircut if you want. Hallelujah guy. I think the Hallelujah guy is actually Leonard Cohen. And I think that in the Shrek movie, it's actually John Cale from the Velvet Underground who covers it. Wait, hold on. Let me Google this real fast. This is really important. Does John Cale perform Hallelujah in Shrek? Yeah. I was right because I'm very intelligent. Sometimes people are intelligent in a way that makes them know a whole lot about plants and stuff. And sometimes people are intelligent in a way that lets them know about which member of the Velvet Underground was featured in Shrek. So, yeah, you're welcome for that tidbit of beautiful and whimsical knowledge. Hooray! Dude, I love clapping. Clapping's gotta be one of the most underrated physical sensations that you can experience. It just feels good. It feels joyous and rambunctious. Everybody, please join me for a round of applause. It doesn't have to be directed towards me. It can be directed towards yourself. Let's give all of ourselves a round of applause. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Tim Buckley, you're singing all high like a sissy. You sound like a chump. You sound like a dude that wears leotards, like the dude from Jethro Tull. Jethro Tull sucks! I'm sorry if anybody is a real Tull head in here, but Jethro Tull is really not very good. They got a few cool songs. I guess Aqualung's kind of alright, but I was listening to Jethro Tull the other day. I was listening to some albums and some concert performances, and I didn't like either of them. I like whimsical music. I really do. I like Gentle Giant. I like Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and that's pretty whimsical, but I do not enjoy Jethro Tull. No offense to the Tull heads, once again. It is fine. So that's why I created that video about, if the father from Juno also shared my opinion about Jethro Tull. But Jethro Tull ain't bad. They just suck. You know the distinction, right? Because sometimes somebody can suck, but then they're technically not so bad. Does that make sense to you? I think you get it. You're pretty smart. You don't make resolutions? That's good. It's kind of a goofy mentality, I guess, because if you want to make a change, you should just do it, but it's still fun to talk about New Year's resolutions. I think this New Year's, I'm going to try to see if I can use the power of metacognition to grow larger ears. I'm going to awaken the cells in my body to produce such luxuriously large ears that the next time you see me, when it's raining outside, we're all going to huddle together under my massive and welcoming ears, and I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you, you little starseed. I hope you appreciate it. Oh, snapping. What do you think I am, a beatnik paper verb? Also, hi, nice to see you. We can try snapping, though, if you like. Huh, I don't know. I don't think I'm really a beatnik type. As you can see, I don't really wear a turtleneck. I wear something akin to a turtleneck. I guess my neckline is pretty high, but it's not turtle-esque, I would say. Ooh, it's okay, Donnie Doo. I'll come up with a New Year's resolution for you. I will help you. I think your New Year's resolution will be to enjoy the wonderful, magnanimous, highly intellectual content of the genius Odette Bouncy. I think that you need to watch Odette Bouncy about 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. You need to wake up and think about what you can do to make the life of Odette Bouncy much better. You need to wake up and think about what you can do to make your own life better so that you can be more efficient at making the life of Odette Bouncy better. You got that? I think that's a pretty good resolution for you, and I'd like to think that it's quite doable. But if you can't keep up with that, I would say that, thinking of Odette Bouncy at least once a day should be enough. Any questions? Snapping. Snapping, snapping, snapping. What do I look like, buddy? A turtle? I do kind of look like a turtle. I think I'm more akin to a tortoise than a hare, because I'm quite lazy, but I do have good endurance, and I'd like to think that tortoises have rather good endurance, because they have to endure a lot in their miserable lives as tortoises. Imagine being a member of the animal kingdom, but then you have to be a tortoise? That would suck! Whenever you could be anything else, like a water turtle, a sea turtle, or a kangaroo, or an elephant, and then you're just stuck being a tortoise? This is the problem with hit films such as Zootopia. There are animals that nobody would want to be, and they have to be aware of all of the better animals that there are to be. Man, I'd rather be a lion. I'd rather live one day. Oh, I'm yelling. Shut up, Odette. Thanks, Odette. Be quiet. Don't wake up your neighbors. They're going to yell at you. They're going to throw bottles at you if you are so noisy, so you need to settle down. You need to chill out. You need to take a chill pill, baby. You need to take a walk on the wild side. I think I'm just talking to myself now. I am all ears. I'm a little surprised that you don't know all that junk, Nicola, because you're the one that actually makes music, so I thought that maybe you'd know a little bit of more fun facts. However, we all have different areas of specialization. I would certainly prefer to know how to actually play instruments rather than to just remember fun facts, because remembering fun facts is pretty easy comparably, because you just see information and then you happen to remember it, so there's not much skill involved, right? Whereas playing instruments and learning music theory and all that requires continued effort and skill. And so of the two of us, I think you're doing a bit better. That's pretty cool. Or so you've heard. Or so what you've heard, Donnie Doo-Doo. Donnie Doo. I'm sorry I called you Donnie Doo-Doo. That was a little bit disrespectful. I didn't mean to diss you. Whoa, my cat's shaking the doorknob. He wants to leave. I'm gonna let him out. Dude, you wanna go free? Go ahead. I'm frozen in the corner. What? That's gonna be your resolution, Donnie Doo? To live a life in favor of Odette? Thank you. That's all I ever wanted from you. All I wanted, all I ever needed was here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do you harm. Did you know that the kids, they don't like Depeche Mode? Did you know that the kids, the youths, the generation of today, they think that Depeche Mode sucks? Well, they actually, more accurately, they don't even know what Depeche Mode is, and so then I show them Depeche Mode, and they're like, Odette, this sucks. Odette, what is this, mom music? And you know, technically it is mom music. Even my mom likes Depeche Mode, but Depeche Mode is objectively very good. But this isn't what we're talking about today. We don't need to go off on Depeche Mode tangents. It just really steams my eggs that people don't like Depeche Mode because they're so good. Their erasure is so good, but I need to not ape out. I need to not rage. I need to not beat my chest like a gorilla. Ooh, it doesn't matter if people like Depeche Mode or not. It really doesn't, Odette. Chill out, dude. Take a chill pill. Take a walk on the wild side. I said, hey, take a walk on the wild side. Okay. Serenity now. Wait, that's also what they don't like. They freaking hate Seinfeld. Oh, 'cause it's Stop with that. You're being old. You're being cringe and old. Talking about Seinfeld. Talking about Depeche Mode. Telling Gen Alpha about World of Warcraft. There's no need for any of that. Stop it. You just need to stop it. You need to settle down. Serenity now. Okay. Okay, gamers, I'm cool. Mice are pretty cool. Mice are pretty cool. I think I'm the best mouse that ever lived, amigo. Whew. Though a diet. I'll plan a diet for you. Just tell me what foods you like to eat and your goals, and I will make a nutrition plan for you. The Shred-a-Grater. Shred-a-Gator. I'm just gonna call you Shredera for now because it sounds really cool. It sounds like you could be a Thundercat or something, but you wouldn't really be a Thundercat. You'd be like an alligator of some sort. You're a gator. Wait, I'm sorry, that sounded rude. Sedges Plybuff is an unbalanced diet. I don't even know what Sedges Plybuff is. I'm chilling. I'm not worked up. Don't remind me of those kids. I think the kids are so cool. I like. They're great. They're awesome. They're just a chip off the old block. Also, hi Chica Champon. Happy Christmas. Well, Christmas has already passed. It's now. Well, it's not the new year yet. It's the old year still. If you were a tortoise, ooh. I didn't consider that possibility, Paper Verb. That's the problem with me. I'm too dismissive of other things that I don't experience. I don't have a good theory of mind, and so here I am thinking, oh yeah, tortoises suck. Tortoises are chumps. Tortoises are the worst animal that you could ever be. But that's only compared to a wonderful mouse like myself. Admire the wiggle of my ears and their immense infrastructure. That doesn't even make any sense, Odette. Just shut up, dude. Okay. Okay. The kids these days do like shoegaze. I like to call it zoomgaze because there's so many Zoomer shoegaze bands now. Or maybe that's just a Texas thing, but there are so many freaking Zoomer shoegaze bands in Austin. That's all you can hear if you want to go to like small venue live shows. And also people are really getting into noise lately. I think because it has a low amount of effort to get into it, but even like established people that aren't really doing that are getting into it, which is kind of weird. Okay, so like, what's the name of, no, I'm getting on a tangent right now. It doesn't matter though. Okay, what's the name of the lady? She's from the band. The lady from the band, that's so dumb. It's the band that, oh, why can't I remember them? They're kind of cringe, but they're kind of good. And there's the blonde lady, and there's the guy. It'll come to me. It's a really popular one, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But that lady was once the bassist, but now she headlined a music festival that I went to, playing like noise music in her underwear, and I was like, geez, lady, this isn't very creative. You used to put out some good stuff, and now you're just out here prancing around making very mediocre noise. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Why are you the headliner? Why couldn't there have been a better headliner? This ticket was so expensive. I'm going to rip it up and eat it. Yes, Sonic Youth. Thank you. Yes, Kim from Sonic Youth. Was her name Kim Deal? Is she Kim Deal, or is Kim Deal the girl from The Breeders? Because they're both Kims, but I can't remember which Kim is which. Maybe it was Kim Jong-un. Merry Christmas, Chica. Merry Christmas, Street Town. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. And to all, a good night. It just sounds like I complain about a lot of stuff, but it's not really true. I just enjoy the act of complaining. I actually love quite a lot of stuff. I love the act of loving, and I love the act of complaining equally. Kim Gordon! Thank you, Street Clown. You're so smart. If I had a gold sticker, I'd walk right up to you, and I'd put it on your forehead, and I'd be like, hey bro, you're a good noodle. You've helped me out today. Hey, hating on Sonic Youth. I think the Sonic Youth is good. I like them. I like them well enough. I'm not gonna say I love Sonic Youth, but I like them. Has anybody here ever read Megan Mog? I'm getting distracted again. The Grand Marshal. Oh, Kim Jong. Thank you for the history lesson, homie. I didn't know that they were formed in 1981, to be honest with you. I would have assumed that it was later than that. What do we think about this witches loving gays? as she caresses this beautiful kitty cat. What do you think about this owl's face as he looks off into the distance and they fly on this beautiful broom? What do we think about the name Megahex? Have you ever been hexed? If you want to, just send some hair to my P.O. box and I got you covered. Alright. Whoa! Whoa! Look at those beautiful... Nicola is so smart, Bella. Hey! Hey, we have been too kind to Nicola tonight. You can't, like, say so many nice things to a person because then they'll have unwarranted self-importance. Their ego will get out of control, and so now we need to tear down Nicola. Nicola! I can't believe you're a Baba Niku. There's just too many of those. You need a... I don't feel like being mean tonight. I can't handle the meanness. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here and in good cheer with all of you near. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. Meg, Mog, and Owl. Gurgle. Oh, wait. I don't like to say bad words. Oh, no. Oh, it's not even like for any particular reason. I just feel like it's unnatural and awkward. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well for me. I need to think of an alternative. I guess I'll have to say, oh, fiddlesticks. That'll work. No, it's not. Just cut it down like an overgrown plant, Nicola. You must humble yourself in order to conquer your humanity. Because if your ego is too unrealistically large, you will never find satisfaction in life because you will feel that everything is too small for you. Okay. Oh gosh darn. Oh fiddlesticks. That one did it. Oh no! I can't take the name of the Lord in vain. I am not a Christian, but I still ought not do that. Let me think. G. Willikers. Oh man. Whoa. Oh, G. Willikers. Wait, that's a little bit silly. Maybe I can't handle reading these bad word comics. Maybe we're just gonna look at them together and you can read them optionally. And wait, it's not even displaying. Is it? Is it displaying? It's not displaying. Oh man, I'm running a poor quality operation here. Apparently, why is it? Ambition. We're not reading below ambition. We're reading Megahex, but I'm not quite sure why it's not showing in my PDF reader. Apparently, I just don't know what the heck I'm doing. Let's go back. Bruh. This has been a shaky return, hasn't it? Alright, let's go to home. Go here. Okay, I'll just refresh it. Maybe I know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Oh! I did it! I'm pretty smart, aren't I? But now my head is so big that I'm blocking it. Well, I guess whenever we get down to the bottom right panel, I'll just scoot my head out of the way like this. We'll make this work. We'll make this work. Man, I really like Tim Buckley. Ooh, I'm not necessarily sure that you're very lucky for that. This ain't nothing special. This is just a family reunion of you, of me, of Chica, of Donnie, of Shredder-Redder-Redder, of Chica, of Nicola, of Donnie, of Dodsolo, of Potion Dweller. Everybody. We're all here in this family reunion, and at the end of it, we're going to beat a piñata. The piñata. The piñata. Ugh. I've been away for so long that I haven't told you about the piñata incident in which I took a sculpting class for fun, and then for my final project I made a piñata of my professor because I thought that he would find it cool and good, but he didn't like it. He took great offense to me making a piñata of him and then breaking it open and having delicious candy spray out everywhere. Not everybody appreciates my projects, but you know what? I'd like to think that y'all do. So thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do need a little bit of ego. There's enough ego to go around at this family reunion. Put it on the table with the rest of the potluck items. Also, hi, Kitschy. Nice to see you. My ears are not that big. Just don't look at them, dude. Just don't be a negative Nancy. Meg and Mog and Owl. Let me tell you about something. Owl is pretty cool. Well, Owl's not that cool. He's kind of a bad man pajamba sometimes. Wait, this comic is probably too racy. That's okay. It'll just be a background image that we will periodically look at. Because I didn't really think about all of the crazy stuff that happens into it. I recently, during my finals week, instead of spending as much time that I should have been studying, I read through all of the Meg and Mog comics and got myself caught up on them. What, did I read through all of them? I think there might be one or two volumes that I'm missing, but I read Megahex. I read the one in Amsterdam. I read Below Ambition. I read the COVID one, and yeah, I read everything. I appreciated in my times. I just try to make a good impression and I just fail because apparently nobody likes the way that I express friendship and admiration. I thought that he would think that the piñata was cool and he'd be like, wow, I'm so glad that my student likes me enough to make a piñata of me and beat it to a bloody pulp, but apparently not. Apparently gestures like that are misunderstood, and then he got sent to an intervention, and then this, university counselor asked me to not take art classes anymore ever again, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, it's just a piñata. What the heck? I'm sorry, I wanted to take a fun, silly class and make a fun, silly project. That's okay. That's okay. No more melodramatic monologuing, because we've got panels to look at. Dr. Stick in the Mud. Exactly. See, I'd like to think that any of you would appreciate having a piñata made of you. You would think, whoa, that's really nice craftsmanship, and you're going to beat it? What an honor. That's so cool, Dad. Thank you very much. They just don't get me, Mom. Ooh, I like this track. Hi, Fred Fake! It's nice to see you! I'm sorry I said that hi too aggressively. Let me try again. Hello, Fred Fake. It is so nice to see you on this fine evening. Are you doing well? Are you having a cup of chocolatey hot chocolate? What if you were to put a little peep on top of your hot chocolate so that there would be a little wonderful duckling floating around on top of it? Would you like that? Yeah, you would like that. Who wouldn't like that? Probably not my professor, because he's a hateful and bitter man who hates piñatas. Taking a sculpting class, it was still pretty cool though, but at one point we were making these wood carvings and I accidentally stabbed myself in the leg. I impaled myself and now I just have a scar there. But it's okay. Life is all about the scars that you acquire. I'm glad that you're doing fine, Fred Fake. Merry Christmas! Unless, of course, you might be Jewish or something, in which case I would tell you Happy Hanukkah, and you could be neither of the above, in which case I wouldn't know what to tell you, but I would still tell you that I'm glad you're here. So hi! Oh, I really like this song. I really like Tim Buckley. He's so cool. He's such a good songwriter. But he died tragically young, but then who doesn't? Everybody's always dying tragically young. Is this working now? Is my scrolly stuff doing it? No, it's not a ceramics class. It was just a multi-purpose sculpting class where we experimented with different mediums. There is a ceramics class I was thinking of taking for fun next semester, but it's taught by the same dude, and I don't know, I don't want to press my luck. Maybe I should make a ceramic base of his head and then smash it with a bat. No, then I'll get kicked out of school. No bueno, no bueno. The scars give lessons. Painful lessons. Tough lessons. Whoa, that's a silly face. Look at her lazy, goofy-looking googly eyes. That's how I imagine all of your eyes look like. What? Why do you think that? If Tim Buckley got to live longer than 28, he would have just been able to produce more wonderful tracks. No! Not the Control-Alt-Delete guy who makes this face. Hold on, let me post it. He does this. Not him. Jeff Buckley's Papa. Will I get over my aversion to saying bad words? No. Again, I don't have an opposition to them. If somebody else says them, it's like, okay. It just feels, I don't know, I just never got into the habit of it. And so if I did it, it would sound unnatural, right? And so sometimes I give people the impression that I'm like a Puritan or something, and that I would be very offended if they were to say such language, but that's not exactly the case. It's just not what I do. Not the Lost Guy, but that's not who we're listening to. We're listening to the singer-songwriter from like the 60s. I'm sorry that the delay happened so bad. I don't know how to correct for delay. If there's a way to do it, I don't know it. Alright, now I will read. Ahem! Ahem, 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 ahem. Meg, Mog, and Owl. Gurgle. Oh, fiddlesticks. That one did it. Gee willikers. Oh man, whoa. Oh goodness gracious. Hey Mog, what happens when you try to set fire on Owl? Set Owl on fire. Ha 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 ha. Ah! Stop it. Hey Meg, what happens when you try to set Owl on fire? Stop it! Ha 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 ha! Hey Owl, what happened? Frick off. Just fiddlesticks off. Click, 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 click. Have you ever tried to set the homies on fire like that? I've tried to set myself on fire before. Not like in a destructive way. I just saw a video of this guy setting his pants on fire and I wanted to try that too, but I didn't go about it in the correct way, so I wasn't able to actually set them on fire. What he did was that he sprayed his pants down with computer cleaner, and then he wore 2 layers of pants, and so like I guess the alcohol in the computer cleaner or whatever, like it evaporates really, really quickly, so then you get the aesthetic of setting yourself on fire, but not actually the damage because it burns out really quickly, right? But I think that once I have a buddy that's willing to help me, I will try to set myself on fire in the correct way, like that fella did, just to see if I can pull it off. Because I've always wanted to be on fire, not to be burned, mind you, because I don't want to be like a burn victim. It's just that fire is cool, and having fire on your body is even cooler. Maybe I should have went into pyrotechnics. That would have been awesome, right? You got set on fire! That's so cool, Kitschy. Are you trying to get set on fire a second time? I got some matches over here. Let me set you on fire, Kitschy. Let me set you on fire. Let's see you go a-blazing. Let's see you burning, and we'll roast marshmallows on you like you're our human sacrifice bonfire. Let's do it, buddy. Come on. Come on. Everybody will think you're cool if you let us set you on fire. Come on, Kitschy. Yeah! That's a yes! We are setting you on fire. Yes, 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 yes. That is so cool. Mr. Fred Fake, I bet you could arrange anything into a... I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. Facsimile. Facsimile. Is that correct? I'm sorry, I don't have the biggest vocabulary in the world. That's why I'm in school for an excessively long amount of time. But I digress. Thank you, Chica. That's a nice thing of you to say. I'm so glad that we're all fire enjoyers here. I also love candles. I've been getting really into candles lately, and I like to sleep with them burning. But I know that's kind of dangerous, but it's okay. I have a candle that burnt out and melted all over my desk, and there's still wax all over my desk. I just try not to think too much about it. Hi, Betty Twetty. Nice to see you on this fine afternoon. Facsimile! 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 I'm sorry, I'm hollering. You don't really want to hear somebody hollering in the wee hours of the night, so I'll try to settle down. But it would be so cool if we all got together and set ourselves on fire together. It would be like the way that the penguins march together, like the film March of the Penguins, except we're not penguins. I'm a human mouse, and you're a human, and we're all burning. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. We aren't listening to Michael Jackson, Betty Twetty. We're listening to Tim Buckley, not the creator of Control-Alt-Delete, however. I don't know. I don't think candles are very romantic. I think they're more Anglo-Saxon. Anyway, let us continue on. Meg and Mog and Owl. And then I said, Raffle, dudes. Raffle. Whoa, that's literally me. I raffle all the time. I love raffling. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Man, being happy is such a good feeling. Being happy, laughing, being chipper. I'm just gonna tell you something right now. I feel really good today. I feel like I'm in a really good mood, and I'm happy to see all of you. And I'm happy that I streamed even though I was nervous too. And I'm happy that everybody abided the long time no see rule because that would have made me additionally nervous. And I just feel so good. I just feel so groovy. I feel so happy. I had such a good semester. I'm having such a good time in life. Oh my goodness, everything is just going uphill, I reckon. I still need to get my driver's license though, but oh, I overshared. Now everyone's gonna think I'm a weenie because I don't know how to drive yet. That's so rude. Okay, just forget that I said that. Forget that I said that. I can drive. Ooh, I am a professional driver. Ooh. Sonic Youth is okay. And yes, we are going to set all of ourselves on fire at Off-Kai 2026. Isn't Off-Kai 2026 going to be in Canada? I would like to go to Canada one day. Haha, classic. Hey, this looks like a good spot. Ooh, I love going to bodies of water and sitting on rocks and peering into bodies of water. This is such a good comic. They're doing our favorite activities, everyone. We love doing that. We love going to bodies of water. We love saying haha classic and looking at trees. We love having big old noses and cool pointy hats. This is such a glorious comic, and this is such a glorious night. This is a night for the history. If anybody is a historian, can you please start writing down everything? Just start transcribing this. If there was a narrator, he would be wearing like a fez and a velvet robe and sitting in a big comfy chair as he smokes a big old pipe, and he'd be flipping the pages in the book with a smooth, buttery voice and reading of this night to the children of the future. That would be so nice. Hoo hoo hoo. Well, you know, it's different if somebody actually has good public transportation. I'm just a weenie about driving. But you know what? 2026 is going to be my year. 2025 was supposed to be my year to get my license, but 2025 is the year that I became a happy camper. So 2026 will be the year that I get my license, perhaps. Everything is looking up, gang. Wait, I don't know. Odette, settle down. Whenever you yell about being too happy, that is erratic behavior. That is loony behavior. You need to settle down and you need to read this beautiful comic. What are they doing? Are they drinking milk? I love drinking milk, dude, but I hate 2% milk. I only like whole milk. Whoa. Oh, they're not drinking milk. They're doing something oh so very different than drinking milk, but that's okay, because there are Australians. This is the hit comic Meg and Mog and Owl, made by Simon something. I don't remember his name. I think he's from Australia though. And so that's why all of these characters look so Australian. Especially that kitty cat. That's the most Australian looking kitty cat I've ever seen in my life. And I'm gonna tell you something personal. I don't know who Ross Poldark is, but that's okay. But I am indeed a good driver and a snappy dresser, as you can see from my very nice outfit. Whoa! I can't show that on stream. That's crass. That is uncouth. Well, that's a carrot. But, yeah. Yeah! Look at the kitty. Mog is so cute. It really makes me, it made me laugh quite a lot the first time that he's like a person, but he also just looks like a cat. I know it's such a silly thing to point out, but it's really goofy, right? He's not even treated like a cat most of the time by the narrative. Well, sometimes, but he's just a silly little kitty cat. Little kitty cats are so cute. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. I'm not a whole milk truther. I just really enjoy drinking milk because I need it for my dense and dusky bones. I love I love having strong bones. If you ever try to come up to me next year off Kai Expo and you catch me off guard with one of those karate chops and you think that you're gonna break my arm in half, it's not happening, buddy. Ross Poldark. I have no idea who that is. Okay, I'm gonna Google it real fast. If I mess up my stream again, I'll cry. Ross Poldark. I don't know who this dude is. What the heck? He looks funny, but that's okay. I'm not making a mockery of anybody. But you know what? You're right. He is pictured by the ocean, but he's not looking into the ocean. He's looking away from the ocean. Very curious. Very curious indeed. Was I misled here? Were you lying about this man's ocean intentions? That's not very kind of you, Nicola. Let's see here. Ooh, I love ice cream. I wish I could go get ice cream. I wish that I could go get ice cream while simultaneously being in a hot tub, because then the hot and the cold sensations would maximize the joy of each. Have you ever had ice cream in a hot tub? I never have. This is just a theory. I don't really ramble aimlessly, but nonetheless, thank you. I would say that everything that I say has a direct aim, and that aim is to offer you wisdom, a rat named Mouse. So if you want me to psychoanalyze you, just let me know, and I will fix all of your life's problems and point out all of your issues. Don't even worry about it. Let's go. Whoa, I can't show this. This is uncouth. I gotta skip. Don't look at that. Whoa, that's uncouth. Wait, no, that's not uncouth. This one isn't uncouth. Whoa, whoa. She's singing Kate Bush. Heathcliff, it's me. I'm home. I'm so cold. Your window. That's so cool. Kate Bush is such a cool lady. I like the way that she frolics. That's the problem with the kids of today. They're not frolicking enough. They're not running through fields and prancing through forests. And I think that you need a little bit of that in your life in order to feel fulfilled. You need to go around licking rocks and kicking rocks. It's a bit couth. Oh, don't look. Avert your eyes, a rat named Mouse. Don't look at this temptress. No. Aw, she's just singing a silly little song. She's just a silly little lady. You know, in these early panels, her hair almost looks more blonde, where later on it becomes more definitively red. Heathcliff. Oh no, now that's stuck in my head. Well, okay, that still counts as old man music, so let's take a pause from Mr. Tim Buckley. And let's listen to Wuthering Heights, because this will put us into the mood. This will really help us understand what's going on in this panel. Can you do the Wuthering Heights dance? If you can, I would be very impressed. But if you can't, I won't hold it against you. I don't know why I'm getting ads, though. I have ad blocker. This is making me very confused and, quite frankly, aggressive. I'm about to start beating on my chest again in a rage. Oh no, it's that stupid Uber commercial where they mess up that like Stevie Nicks song and they make it all stupid, and then there's the lady that's brooding for no reason and she's like, oh, I can't visit my family, oh, you just don't get me, Dad, oh, I need to take an Uber. I hate the Uber commercial. They play it all the time where I work at and it's so annoying. Dude. But it's almost over. It's not almost over. There's still 20 seconds. I can't believe this. I can't escape this commercial at home. I can't escape this commercial at work. I can't escape it. It's just like a parasite that's embedded itself into my bloodstream. Everybody, in order to get rid of this parasite, I'm going to need all of your blood. I'm going to need you to send small bottles of your blood to my P.O. box so that I can harvest it and change out my old nasty blood that has been infected by this horrible Uber commercial. Can you please comply with that? Please. 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 My goodness, this commercial is still going on. What the heck, YouTube? You've really let me down. Okay. Okay, there she is. There's our girl. Kate Bush. Kate Bush the beautiful. Kate Bush the brave. Kate Bush the groovy. Ooh. Look at you all. Look at you all partaking in such whimsy. You're a whimsical little fellas, aren't ya? You just prance. You even twirl sometimes, don't ya? Is this Kate Bush even playing? Why have it too quiet? There we go. I love Kate Bush. She's so cool. I used to find her singing quite grating, but now I really like it. You know, I'd like to do more odd hours, but I've been too lazy to think of another odd hour, music selection. But now that I've been seeking out more new things, predominantly 60s singer-songwriter music, maybe I can have another odd hour one day. I did like editing the odd hour bumpers. That's fun. Drinking hot coffee in an ice bath. Ooh, that would be really nice too. But I have to say that I think ice cream in the hot tub would be a little bit nicer. Other than the fact that your ice cream would inevitably melt and then get into your tub, and then that would be a rather sticky situation. This is truly a sticky situation. Taste the waste, man, taste the waste. Wait. Zoomers into the wilderness. But if all of the Zoomers were released into the wilderness, there would be no future for humanity. They would all die. Is that what you want, Fred Fake? Are you a cynic like that? Are you an anti-natalist? Typical. That's okay. You can be if you want to. I'm not here to rain on your parade, son. In fact, if it starts raining on the parade, just stand under my ears and I will shield you from the harsh drops of acid rain. Don't even worry about it. And I'm so glad that you're all so whimsical and kawaii, posting all of those whimsical and kawaii cow emojis. I don't know. I think that you're a little bit quirky. Whoa! Hi, Swoosh Master. I might have missed you for a little bit, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to neglect to tell you hello. I hope that you're still here so that I can tell you hello and good night, or else I'd be quite disappointed. But I'll get over it, and you will too. Woohoo! I don't do anything uncouth with blood, buddy. Just give me your blood. Just give me a little bit of it. Don't you want me to have it for safekeeping? You have too much of it. You don't even need it. Just let me put it in my mini fridge. Come on, Fred. Fred, old buddy, old pal. That's it. What if I already have your blood? What if whenever you weren't looking, I stuck you with a needle, and then I put a little vial under your wrist, and I harvested your blood, your plasma, and everything. And then I sealed up the bottle, and I put it in my pocket, and you were none the wiser the whole time. Would that really have made your life worse? No. So, I didn't do that, but if I did, your life would still be pretty good, right? So just send me some of your blood in my P.O. box. That was very silly of you to say, Shredder, Gator. You used to work in a laboratory, a rat named Mouse? I never worked in a laboratory. I just did a summer internship in a
USA Safe
stupid
Pilot. I can
lab.
save when I road trip safely.
Researching
USA Safe
stupid
Pilot miles.
basil.
I can save when I staycation.
Oh, I hate
Yeah, with
basil.
Safe Pilot, you can save when you drive.
Or
I don't
with
hate
Safe Pilot
basil.
miles.
That was
you
actually
can save when
a
you don't.
decent summer internship. I had a fine time doing it, and it smelled really good in there because I love the smell of herbs. Also, hi, Mate. Nice to see you. UFOs. I don't believe in aliens. What the heck is this? It's another commercial. I'm not gonna listen to Cocteau Twins. That's too on the nose. We're listening to Tim Buckley again. Tim Buckley non-stop, except for that intermission in which we listened to Kate Bush. Wait, I don't want to listen to this Tim Buckley song anymore. I want to hear Song of the Siren again. Tim Buckley. If anybody has a suggestion, I might be willing to hear them out as long as it's from the 1960s. Because I'm kind of feeling a 60s vibe today, actually, despite the Kate Bush song. Now we're getting kind of 60s, okay? So shut up, Tim Buckley. No more goodbye hello. We're listening to Song to the Siren again because it's so nice.
This is Tim Buckley.
It's so soothing. It's so beautiful. It makes me believe that there is beauty in the world. And now my comic book string disappeared again. Is it back? It sure is. I'm so smart. Oh, hi, Madeline. Hello, nice to meet you. I don't understand why you don't know what's being said because all I said was hello, nice to meet you. And also, hello. hello, Matei. I'm sorry I didn't greet you earlier. I didn't mean to make you feel neglected like your father did. I'm just trying to be friendly. Could I clone someone if they sent me blood? I don't think that it's outside of the realm of possibilities. Care to find out? Send me your blood, buddy. You need an internship? It's okay, Kitchi. If you need an internship, I can help you with that. You want me to write you a letter of recommendation? Just send me an email. Shoot me one, and I'll help you pad out that resume, buddy. Odd Hour sponsored by Tim Buckley. Yes, but the Control-Alt-Delete man, not the singer-songwriter. Raw, unfiltered. Wait, what's raw and unfiltered? Your blood that you're going to send in the mail? Thank you, a rat named Mouse. I really appreciate your kind offering. Where are you doing basal tissue culture? Nicola, I'm gonna tell you something. I have barely any idea what I was doing during that basal project. I hated doing it, but no, I think I was supposed to be analyzing the aromatic compounds in basil for some reason or another. And so I never did anything particularly complicated. I just took a bunch of basil that had been grown by the students the previous year, and then I kept on processing it into various solutions with alcohol, all of their various little basils, and then putting it in a sonicator, and then putting it in some other thingy. I don't even remember what it was called, but it would essentially make a little graph, and then the peaks in the graph were supposed to represent different aromatic compounds, and I honestly, I had no idea what I was doing the whole time. My project sucked, dude. It was so embarrassing to present it because I genuinely had no idea what I was doing. That was in the past. We will let bygones be bygones. But the most pleasant thing that I remember about that summer project was I got to work in the lab by myself, and so I would just blast Butthole Surfers all the time. I listened to so much Butthole Surfers that summer. That summer I also made a lot of YouTube videos. Instead of doing my work, I would just hang out there and I would drink coffee and listen to music and make stupid videos. It was so cool. Yeah! Yeah! Are you high ranking enough for your letter? Yes! I'm extremely high ranking, Kitchi. If you let me write you a letter of recommendation, I promise you, buddy, you're going to get into all the good grad schools. You're gonna go to MIT with a full ride scholarship. You're gonna get hired by Lockheed Martin. You're gonna get hired by the oil barons. I think you said you're an electrical engineering major.
I need help fixing my sink.
What the heck is this?
Okay,
it's
let me find a
commercial.
tutorial
That's
for
it.
you.
That's it. I'm done with YouTube. YouTube is making me so mad, dude. YouTube is going to make me rip my shirt off and rage out like the Incredible Hulk if I have to listen to another commercial. I'm just my friends, my family, my amigos. Let's listen to Chris Squire now. Chris Squire was the bassist from the band Yes, but he has a few solo albums that they're really good. I really like his album Fish Out of Water, so that's what I'm gonna put on now. There we go. This will fit the atmosphere, I think. You're an electrical engineer. Yeah, you're an electrical engineer. I do have an ad blocker, Fred Fake. I do. It's just not working for me because apparently it's not a good enough ad blocker. You know, Nicola, it was kind of cool, but it might have been more cool for somebody that knew what they were doing. I kind of felt like I was just going through the motions and I didn't really retain very much of what I did. But, you know, it's resume padding. Maybe you should go do that. Maybe you should go work in a basil lab and analyze aromatic compounds and make green goo. Man, I did like to make the green goo. The green goo is pretty cool. I have an ad blocker, Mate. I have an ad blocker, Fred Fake. I don't know why it's slipping through the cracks on YouTube, but I really do. But yeah, Yes is cool, and Chris Squire's solo album is cool. As you can see, it sounds really, really yesy. Yesy and blessy. Alright, we were reading a comic, I forgot about that. But I didn't forget about how happy I am to see all of you. Wait, no, I'm not happy to see all of you. That's laying it on too thick, but it's not insincere. I genuinely am happy to be here tonight. And I'm happy that I worked myself up to stream because I was nervous to do so, but I overcame my nervousness by the power of believing in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself, and I believe in you too, I guess. school is expensive, but Nicola, it might be the case that you can go for free. Even if you don't necessarily have scholarships, there's a lot of schools that if you're under a certain income threshold, they will let you have free tuition. Now, I know you're probably not from Texas. I think you're from somewhere else entirely. But it would be worth looking into if local colleges and universities have similar programs, because I think that it's a pretty common thing that if you're under a certain threshold, then you can attend for free as long as you meet certain academic requirements. Because I guess the thing is that if you're going for free, they don't want you to like waste the resources or whatever. But you should look into that because you're a smart cookie and that might be a good use of your time. Well, I don't know. You know how to use your time. You don't need me to tell you how to use your time. But just in case you didn't know about those types of programs, now you do. Texas mentioned. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! I'm so glad that I'm from Texas. I'm kind of from Wyoming, but I'm also from Texas. I'm half Texas, I'm half Wyoming, and that's why I'm so special. I bet you've never known somebody from Wyoming, huh? Tell me that I'm so cool. Tell me that I'm the best Wyomingite you've ever met in your entire life, right? Ooh, I didn't know that YouTube was taking an aggressive stance against ad blockers. An ad-blocking browser like Brave. But then I have to sign into all my stuff on Brave browser. But that is a smart idea, Shredder Gregory Wayward. You're very clever, and I appreciate the suggestion. Oh my gosh! Oh, that was crass. Hold on, let me just close your eyes, and I'm gonna scroll past that really quickly. Wow. Okay, now this is not crass. Oh, I accidentally scrolled back to the crass thing. Okay, now it's not crass. I should have picked a less crass comic, dude. I already knew what this entailed, but hopefully nobody even noticed. Let me take a sip of this coffee. Yeah, I don't know if it's that popular of a phenomenon, but from what I understand, all of the major universities in Texas have a program like that. You know, UT Austin, Texas Tech, the other ones, you know, because there's a lot of universities in Texas. They all have like programs in which you can attend school for free if you like get into the school and you're under a certain income threshold, and then you like, you know, maintain your requirements. So if any of y'all are interested in stuff like that in your home state, you should look into it. There's also, of course, community college, which you can usually go to and have it covered by all of your financial aid that you'll get from fulfilling the FAFSA, and then your time in community college will give you the opportunity to acquire more scholarships by putting your best academic self forward, and so then you can use that opportunity to gain additional resources in order to help you fund your education, if that's something that you want to do. But of course, if you don't want to get a degree that's actually going to help you get a job, like say, if you just want to go for 4 years, you should probably just pursue engineering, because then you're going to get the most bang for your buck, because that's going to be the biggest return of investment of your time and stuff. Because other degrees that pay well, you're going to have to go for a bit longer. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. It doesn't really matter. You don't need life lessons from Odette. I'm a total dingus. The stream is not going to get banned because of pickles. Well, you know what, Soyabi? If that happened to you, have you considered that you deserved it? Maybe you need to be about your wits more. Maybe you need to make sure that you're checking your surroundings, and then you won't get robbed all the time, silly. Dingus. Wyoming is neat. I love Wyoming. Everybody, Wyoming is the greatest place on earth, and I miss Wyoming every day. Maybe one day I will go back to Wyoming, but Texas is fine too. What is your country, Mad Lemon? By the way, I'm just curious, but you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, because I guess in a technical sense, it's none of my business. I think the slight will go unpunished, Soyavi. I think they've already gotten away with it. I think that whatever you have been robbed of, including your dignity, is already gone. So you're just gonna have to contend with that, buddy. Don't be an engineer! What, are you afraid with having to compete with other people in the job market, Kitschy? Well, maybe you should get good. Maybe you should become the best engineer of all time. You became a therapist. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, buddy. Psychoanalyze me right now. Go on. Get all Lacanian with it. Get in there. Analyze my brain right now, rat named Mouse. Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to. College is a waste of time for most people. But if you want to go, then go. If you're gonna regret not going, then go. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to disclose what I did, but I changed my major once again. I had 3 years done on the chemical engineering major, but then I was like, chemical engineering, and so I changed it one more time, which will now draw out my enrollment time much longer, but that's okay, because I decided, that's kind of a practical degree. That's one where I could possibly get a job in the future. Let's change that. Let's change to something totally useless. And now, I'm wasting my time, but that's okay. Belgium? That's so cool! That's so glorious. Just kidding, Belgium's okay. I actually don't know the first thing about Belgium, but I did recently get a passport, so maybe soon I will know about Belgium. Soon I will be Odette, World Traveler, and so that's why I hope that the next VTuber thingy is in Canada, because I want to go to Canada. I want to go taste all that maple syrup and poutine. I want to go to Quebec and see where everything happened, where everything became the iconic album, the band Ween. Oh, you dropped out. Very well, very well. Okay, you don't have to psychoanalyze me. I guess I can do it to you instead. I don't have any training. I just feel like I would be able to do that. So, a rat named Mouse, next time we have call-ins, call in, and I'm going to take apart your brain and put it back together. I'm going to make you the new and the better you, the stronger you, the more confident you, the more angry you. Don't even worry about it, bud. You know what, Kitschy? You're a good engineer, and I believe in you. And Nicola, I think you could be a good engineer too. You could be a much better chemical engineer than I ever would have been. I believe in you. Ooh, you live so close to Canada. What's wrong with Canada? It's supposed to be the most beautiful place on earth. The first thing about Belgium is that he's alive to keep the Dutch down. What? What do you even mean by that? How are the Dutch going to lie to themselves about their own existence? That's a goofy. I don't think you know the first thing about the Dutch. I think you're just here saying stuff. Your brain is too melted from eating things that it ought not, and you don't know the first thing about Belgium. Sorry, buddy. What was I looking up? Ooh, you own a food truck? That's so cool. I hope that you make something delicious. Oh my gosh, there's such a good taco truck near me, because I'm in Texas, and that's where you can eat delicious tacos. Psychoanalyze your cheese. Alright. Bring it over. It seems there's a lot of holes in it. It seems like there's something incomplete about you. It seems like this all stems back from your childhood. It seems like you have a fixation on putting the cheese inside of your mouth, which represents the way that your mother never breastfed you. Am I correct? Does the cheese represent that? Indeed it does. You're welcome. You're welcome. Alright, I missed some things. If you go during the summer. But I want to go during the Canadian winter so that I can freeze my ears off. I want to get frostbite so that I can just take a hammer to these big goofy ears and smash them off. So then I can look like a normal person that functions in society and doesn't have big disgusting mouse ears that everybody hates and mocks, you see? Just kidding, I like my big ears. I think they're pretty cool. Alright, Fred Fake, I will psychoanalyze you and solve all of your mental illness too. Don't even worry about it, it's for free. Ooh, but French Canadians are so cool, and I really like the album Quebec by the hit band Ween from New Hope, Pennsylvania. If I don't go to Quebec, then I'll never know what inspired the beautiful album other than Gene Ween's traumatic divorce. Being divorced is so cool. I wish that there were divorced people in my stream. I wish that I could just talk to divorced people every day. That'd be so nice. Just kidding. I probably wouldn't get along that well with the divorced. Or maybe I would. Maybe I would pretend to be their stepchild from their new failing marriage. And I'd be like, hey, so, you're dating my mom now, huh? Alright, that's fine, I guess. So, do I have to call you my parent? No. Oh, there's too many words, I can't read all of them. wish that I had like a translator that would stand behind me and read all of these strings of letters. Sometimes I have nightmares where there's just strings of numbers being read to me over and over again. But it's not necessarily like they're being read aloud in a voice, it's just that I'm processing them. And it'll just be these endless streams of numbers, and I hate having nightmares like that because it's so jarring. Because it's not a nightmare in the traditional sense that there is some scary or uncomfortable thing happens. It's just numbers, and nobody wants to drink about numbers. I think it's because sometimes I work as a cashier. I have 2 jobs. 2 jobs, 2 lives, 2 ears. Californian tacos are only about half as good. It's true. It is true. You dropped out of grad school? What was your major? It's okay, I don't feel bad about switching majors. I won't say what my new major is because I'm genuinely embarrassed about it because it's one of the most useless ones of all times, but it is fulfilling. And so if I enjoy it, I could see myself going forward with it and teaching it to other people as a subject so that they can continue this perpetual cycle of useless degrees. It'd be really cool, right? But that's okay. A story for another time. Whoa, there's too many messages, I can't catch up with them. I can't read all of this. Can somebody just come over here and read them all to me? Okay, I'm just gonna focus. I'm gonna read all of them. Belgium was invented by the French ability to colonize the Dutch lands and seize it from the Greater Dutch Federation. The lowlands deserve to be directly controlled by ancient. Me and my family smoke all of our meat. Mesquite smoked is pretty dang tasty. Excuse you, the ears and the tail are the cutest part. If you go up far north in the winter, you'll realize the Midwest emo bands are so sad all the time. The walled cities of Canada. I like this suave fellow. I'm only half Dutch. It's so over. It is so over. Frog. It's okay, friend. The blood may be wrong, but the spirit is still strong. Oh my god, no way. I'm mouse pop sci engineering. The frog numbers. Oh, you are a philosophy major. I'm not a philosophy major. Don't insult me like that. Dutch truth holy smokes. It's up to us to create our own societies. It's even more useless than a philosophy major, and that's why I can't say it because it is quite literally the worst degree in the world. But anyway, okay, everybody. Did I catch up to you in an adequate way? Do you feel like you were properly acknowledged? Do you feel like your statements that you said were processed and retained in such a helpful way? You're Dutch, Soyavi. I thought you were like Korean. That's okay. Hello, demon. I want you in here, hello, demon, because you're just going to come in here and you're gonna say, "Ooh, but Dad, why did you abandon me to go grab milk or whatever?" And it's gonna be like, "Dude, I'm not your father. It's not my problem. You're not my problem. You're your mother's problem, and don't you forget it." Hello, everybody. Last time on... Oh, wait. I'm not a philosophy major, buddy. I would never. Oh, my roommate from the first time I went to and dropped out of college was a philosophy major, and she was the embodiment of human evil, I tell ya. The embodiment of human evil! But that's not what we're talking about now. We're talking about Megan Mogg's horrible party. Well, actually, we're not talking that much about it. It's only serving as an appealing backdrop. You know what? Hi, Lemon. Who's Lemon? Oh, wait, I've already told Lemon hello. But thank you, everybody, for appreciating how well I read all of this. Should Maybe I should use a TTS thing. But then there would be too many noises going on, and I would get unnerved. Hi, Odette. Ooh, hi, Nishiki Komiyobuta. It's nice to see you active, too. It's nice to see you going out in the park to go do Tai Chi with the other old ladies. It's good for your body. Movement is making the windmills with your arms, touching your toes. Good stuff. Good stuff. I didn't make 6 mistakes. I made 1 mistake, and that was called Pillow Demon. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, Pillow Demon, for picking on you. It is not the spirit of the season to be picking on you, and I haven't even read this I'm sorry. I knew it, Soyavi. I clocked you as a Happa. I'm so good at telling what people are. Wait, that sounds just vaguely insulting. I meant it in a polite way. Philosophy majors get wrecked. Philosophy majors get wrecked indeed. It is a useless degree, I know. Mother did not leave because of me. Mother... Hi, Ricare. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a very long time, Ricare, so I have to say that I'm quite pleased in order to see you. Cake and mashed potatoes. Why did you have such a soft foods for dinner? Is it because you don't have any teeth? That's okay. I can't relate. As you can see, I have glorious large teeth, and so I can chew through whatever I wanted to. Yes, Pillow Demon, you have a question? I'm sorry, philosophy majors. I'm sorry. You do useful things sometimes. Like, whenever you make me my latte, I really like that. So thank you, philosophy majors. Just keep on philosophating. I appreciate you. Yay! Ooh, pure math majors. They're interesting, alright, but they also tend to be the embodiment of human evil. But whenever they're the embodiment of human evil, it's not their fault. They just don't know better. Glorious chompers. I've got some major league chompers, buddy. You might mistake me for a beaver, but I'm not a beaver. I'm just a wonderful mouse woman from beyond. Beyond what? I don't know, dude. I can't be asked to keep track of all of those things. I can't even be asked to read all of these messages, which is why I skipped some of them because it was stressing me out because these words were so long. Did you know that there's a song called Wording Rappington or something by the band Tom Tom Club that is like, words, what are words worth? Words will show you what to do. Da 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 ba ba. Do you know what Tom Tom Club is? It's the offshoot band of the band The Talking Heads that was started by Tina Weymouth and her husband. And so if you like The Talking Heads, you'd probably like Tom Tom Club. I love Tom Tom Club. I need to calm down. I need to take a chill pill. Wow, you're all such people. They're all such people of faith in here, and I appreciate that. That's why I said Gee Willikers, so that you would not be deeply perturbed. Tom. None of it. Really? That's fascinating. Yeah, that's a pretty common trend with math majors. Tom. I'm making a wait. Did you ask me the question yet, Pillow Demon? I think I missed it. A boy that spreads or a man that sprays? This is why me and my mother abandoned you, Pillow Demon. I'm not answering that question. I am not answering that ridiculous question. But why are math majors evil? Well, here's the thing. They're actually evil. They just tend to be so eccentric and in their own worlds that they don't have the time to pay attention to any other people in the sense of being considerate to others, in the sense of abiding any social conventions to too extreme of a degree. Because I can understand not abiding all social conventions, but I don't know. Most of the pure math people I've met have just been, they're just jerks. But I guess kind of lovable jerks. Philosophy majors, unlovable jerks. They're just very arrogant and unpleasant and pretentious. No offense, because philosophy is cool and all. It's just the type of personality that goes with being a philosophy major. They have a tendency to like to listen to themselves talk a lot, which of course is a bit on the nose, isn't it? Because what am I doing? I'm listening to my own dumb self talk all the time because I'm a stinking VTuber. But yeah. Whoa, Nicola, are you an inconsiderate jerk of a math major? Would that be your ideal major? It's okay. It's alright if you're gonna be an inconsiderate jerk math major. That's a life choice that you must make for yourself. I can't tell you what to major in. Well, I guess I already did. I'm good for that. Don't tell me that I'm never gonna get my college degree. That's so uncool. I don't know how in like, I don't know, the 2 days that you have been present in this channel, you've clocked my dysfunction, but you know what? I'm going to finish my useless degree, okay? I'm going to finish my useless degree, and I'm going to continue my useless degree, and then I will be able to give other people my useless degree, like a disgusting virus that spreads through people's minds. It'll be so awesome. I'm gonna read this comic. Don't tell me about my useless degree. Just talk amongst yourselves while I read this cool comic. Whoa! Look, there's Werewolf Jones. Don't worry, Nicola. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that you fit the inconsiderate math major stereotype. I don't know you very well and I can't pretend to, but you seem fairly friendly. So don't worry too much about it. I think that if you have self-awareness of it, then it's probably not going to happen. And if it does, you have the awareness to be able to beat it. Because that's the first step, right? In improving your habits and in becoming a better person is being aware of your flaws. Because then you can start thinking about the way that you think and try to figure out what causes you to act in that way, and you can fix it. I believe in you. But all that said, I do not think that you have the rude math major personality anyway. Wait, no. This is too. I'm being too friendly. I need to like dial it back down. Hold on. Get over here. Get over here, pillow demon. I need to get out my rage. I need to break my bottles of scotch over the tops of your head. Aw, man. I don't have any rage. I'm just filled with Christmas cheer. I can do it, guys. I can get my useless degree. Or maybe I'll just change my major again, and I will have like 9 changed majors. Nicola is pretty smart. Wait, no, don't hype up Nicola. We've already hyped up Nicola too much. We need to destroy Nicola's self-esteem. Nicola, you suck! Nicola, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you around the duck pond. I don't want to see you succeed in life. I don't want to see you doing math problems. I don't want to see your plants. I don't think you understand the true meaning of the Fibonacci sequence. I don't think you know nothing. What? We're drinking rubbing alcohol. I'm not drinking rubbing alcohol. I could. I drank hand sanitizer before just cause, but we're not doing that today. Skibidi. Oh, that's so outdated now. You can't even pretend to be a youngster anymore, pillow demon. You're old. You're walled. You're past your prime. Don't even pretend and say stuff like 6'7". We all know that you're expired, buddy. It was about the comic. It was. Never mind finishing. Arachnid mouse. I'm going to finish the comic. It is 214 pages long, and we're already on page 10. I think we are making good progress. Wait, I'm sorry, Nicola. I feel bad about being mean to you for no, I don't. I feel good. I'm a Renaissance woman. I don't know. I think I'm more of a Baroque woman, honestly. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm just in a happy mood, my friends. Why am I so happy? Stop being so happy, Odette. You need to dial it down. You need to become less happy. I need to brood. I need to listen to broody, angsty music, not this cool, upbeat prog rock. Everybody likes prog rock around here. Okay, I'm gonna read this comic while you spout Gen Alpha-isms at each other. Page 10. It's gonna be as long as it takes, baby. I gotta read this comic to you. Whoa, Werewolf Jones's head used to be so big. Whoa, look at him. He's a woo, and he's chugging, and his leaf whacker says, "Brrr." The world is beautiful, despite all of the obstacles we face, and despite all of the ugliness that we endure. There are still things that are worth witnessing and worth enjoying. The world will be beautiful no matter what, and no matter who is in it. It can never become bleak because we get to be alive. Hooray! Aww. You're really bleak, Maxine. That's so silly, Soyabi. You know what? If those children were in coal mines, have you considered that they were on Santa Claus's naughty list? And they were so misbehaved that they had to work directly in the source because all they will ever get for life, for their Christmas gifts, is coal? Have you ever considered that, buddy? No, sir. You have not. Wow. Nobody can rain on my parade. Foam dome. Whoa. Ooh. Owl looks bleak. He looks depressed. I'm still on page 10, but soon I'll be on page 11. And that's another thing to be optimistic about now, isn't it? Dudes, I heard a silly trampoline over here. Wow, he threw a trampoline over the fence. Isn't that glorious? Whoa! Wait, what's the name of this dude? He's Mike. He is Mike. I remember that. We're partying. Look, even these rag that nice? What should you name your firstborn? Do you really want me to pick that for you? Because if I pick it, it's gonna be a bit obvious, but I think that you should name them Odette Jr. I would really, really like if you named them Odette Jr. That would be pretty kawaii. You could also name them Meredith. You could also name them Judith. You could also name them... I don't know any male names. You could name them Pillow Demon. You could name them Soyavi. You could even name them Nicola. Those would be pretty good names. But if you want a nice lady's name, then maybe something like Adelaide or Meredith. Or... Nah, that's enough names. I don't need to list any more names. Is that what I study in college? What? No, I don't study philosophy in college, and this is not a philosophy comic. This is a comic about werewolves and wolves and witches and stuff. This is the opposite of philosophy. This is... Longstockofsty. That wasn't very clever. That was lame. Just don't pretend that I said that. Just pretend that I didn't say that. I'm gonna steal... Whoa. Coal mine summer camp plans. What coal mine summer camp plans? Now my voice is tired. I haven't talked so much and for so long. My vocal muscles, they need to relax. I need to inject anabolic steroids into my neck so that I can talk with more pizzazz. Oh, that is a good name for our firstborn. Is that what happens to people like Pillow Demon? They were firstborns and then they got sacrificed to YouTube's user agreement? Odette is a good name for a firstborn. I'd like to think so too. I think that Odette is the nicest name that anybody could ever have. All who agree, raise your hand and say, aye! Odette is not a good name for a hot dog. Odette is a name for a spunky mouse, actually. I didn't know there was a band called Odette. Oh, my voice is so tired. I need those roids, friends. I need those roids and I don't care who knows it. I don't even care if I get Palumboism at this point. I'm dying. I'm dying. Blech. 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 I don't talk to the crowd all the time as a philosophy major. Oh my goodness. Have you ever even met a philosophy major? Do you understand the problem with them? Have you ever had to spend 5 minutes with a philosophy major? If you would, you'd know it because they'd start talking about freaking philosophy. The only thing worse than a hot philosophy major is a history major. Dude, they'll just be talking about anything and then they'll be like, wow, this so relates to the Byzantine Empire. And you'll be like, what? Just kidding, history majors are pretty cool. It's an endearing quality for somebody to have, I guess. I suppose. Oh, I used to be a cashier, but then I went home after work. And now tomorrow, I'll go back to work and I'll hand people cash. And I'll hand them quarters and pennies. If you raise your... Whoa. I didn't say that. I never said that in my life. Don't put words into my mouth. At least I have teeth. At least I don't have to eat mashed potatoes and cake like somebody with rotten mouth, mister. Somebody who sold all of their teeth for... I don't even know what you sold it for, because I cannot even think of the thoughts that a hooligan such as yourself would think to sell their teeth for. Yes, sirree, Bob. Pillow Demon, come here, son. I just want you to know, I believe in you. If you want to be a cashier, you can be a cashier. You can go work at the Wawa right now if so you choose. Go work at the Wawa. Go on. Yeah. Go run along now. Wonderful. see, we all know the problem with philosophy majors, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't hate all philosophy majors, just most of them. Just a good portion of them. Not even some philosophy majors are pretty nice. Some philosophy majors are lawyers in training. They're a little bit evil, but I don't mind being around them. I think that lawyer types are nice people. I like them. I like them because I like their argumentative nature. I think that it's kind of fun. And to the mines you shall return. This is not ableism. It takes a special kind of silly fella to turn overcomplicating things with their passion and livelihood, doesn't it? Whoa! Graphic college. What the heck is graphic college? You learn stuff that's graphical? You make Grubhub ads? Is that what you do, Pillow Demon? You know what, son? If you just want to be a Grubhub animator, that's okay. I never expected much from you, and so I think that's adequate. Wait a second. Ooh. You know, the tooth market is actually pretty lucrative because that's what they make piano keys out of. And it takes quite a lot of teeth in order to make the piano keys. And so they're willing to pay you big bucks. They're willing to pay you at least like $70 a tooth. And so if you have big chompers like me, you kind of have to be on the lookout. Big teeth like mine could probably fetch about like $200 a tooth. And so I always have to have my wits about me. I have to look to my right and look to my left to make sure that nobody's coming at me with some pliers to rip out my beautiful pearly whites, which I brush every night with Epigard toothpaste and every morning and after meals because I just like the act of brushing my teeth. I just think it's fun. That's really the only reason. I find it enjoyable. Yippee! I didn't always have such a hobby of it, but now I do, and I think I'm better off for it. I don't got no cavities, buddy. You got summoned for jury duty. It's okay. I will go for you. I've always wanted to be on jury duty because I like having control over things and being a decider. And so I think that being a juror would be good for my unwarranted sense of self-importance. I would like being on jury. Does everybody like this Chris Squire album? What are you thinking of it? What should we listen to next? Wait, never mind. I don't want to hear your suggestions. I will pick what we listen to next. Maybe we'll listen to Kevin Ayers next. Am I saying his name right? He's another 60s musician. He's pretty good. Well, of course he's pretty good because he's who I would pick, and I always pick great things because I'm a genius of tunes. We can also listen to the Pale Saints. I like Pale Saints. They're pretty good. Ooh, I like the album Soul Mining by Vivi, but it wouldn't really fit our current theme of like old proggy singer-songwriter-y vibes. It would be too much of a clash because they're so explicitly new wave, but you know what? That's okay. Maybe that's what we'll do. We just have to see where the night takes us, friends. There's no correct course. There's only the course that I'm on with all of you. You do cool, silly drawings? Alright, prove it, Pillow Demon. Email me a drawing right now. Email me at odetteshipments@gmail.com and I will open up the email and I will look at your art portfolio and I will scrutinize it. I will see whether or not you are good enough to get into the School of Visual Arts like Miss Viz V. Pop, the creator of Haddington Hotel. If you're not better than Viz V. Pop, we are going to beat you live on stream with a pillowcase filled with bars of soap, mister. So you better hope that portfolio is sparkling. Ooh, is that why you don't have any teeth? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that all you can eat is applesauce and mashed potatoes. That must be why you're so undernourished and weak. That must be why you can't pick up a pencil and solve math equations. I'm sorry for your predicament. But, you know what? One day, maybe you'll be able to afford to buy your teeth back, and then we'll be able to reattach them to your gums and stuff, and then you'll have some new chompers. Well, not new chompers, used chompers. Used by you and used by beautiful pianos. Nursing students don't study breastfeeding. I don't know, they might. My campus has breastfeeding rooms. I think it's because a lot of students have children. Cool. You're right about those Amazon single season shows. shows. There's a lot of cartoon slop out in the world. You know what show sucks, but is actually really aesthetically beautiful? Moonbeam City. It emulates the style of the artist Patrick Nagel, and so it's really stylish looking, but the writing is just not funny at all. It's just like an inferior version of Archer, and I don't even like Archer that much. I think Archer is kinda funny, but it's solid. And Moonbeam City is just a much worse version of that, but with a gorgeous style. I tried to watch it the other night, and it's such a slog to get through. I want to watch all of it just to have that knowledge in my noggin, but I cannot manage it because it is so mid, so painfully mid. Ooh, I want my teeth. You never collabed with a woman. You've never even met a woman, Pillow Demon. Stop capping. You've never even met your mother. She left before you could even talk to her. And by the way, I have actually collabed with a woman. Miss Raimi Ricotta joined me on an odd hour stream one time, which you might have forgotten because you're not particularly intelligent. But, yeah, that happened. And she was really impressed, mind you. She said, "Oh wow, Odette, I really like how you have really cool buff muscles, and I really like how you're so intelligent and you know so much about Frog Rock. You're so cool." She said all of that. And then we played patty cake for 2 hours. Jury nullification! Jury nullification! Hey! Pillow Demon doesn't have the gumption to be like that, dude. Pillow Demon is a sensitive fella. If he doesn't get accepted into art school, he's just gonna cry about it and write in his diary, so we don't have nothing to worry about. There's too much to read. I can't read through all of this. Can somebody read it to me? Okay, I'll read it to you. Odette, be very careful. Why would I need teeth? I don't need those filthy teeth. I like eating sludge. Well, good. Sludge is all you'll ever eat, sludge boy. I didn't hear what you said. Moonbeam City, not Moonbeam. Moonbeam City. Moonbeam City. Ranky counts as a woman. Ranky totally counts as a woman. Western adult cartoons are so awful these days. For real, buddy, they are. Moonbeam. Yeah, you don't have to look into Moonbeam City. No. Don't talk about my diary on stream. What would you do if I read your diary live on stream, Pillow Demon? Maybe that'll be my next stream. Maybe I'll steal your diary and I'll read it and I'll tell everybody all your little secrets. Children's Insul. Hello, Long Quanxi. I wonder whatever happened to Mendolovich. I miss Mendolovich. If anybody knows Mendolovich, can you tell Mendolovich to come back? And Mendolovich, if you're out there somewhere, just know that if you ever come back, I will tell you, "Hi Mendolovich, nice to see you again. How have you been, buddy?" Well, what if Mendolovich died? That would be tragic. Mendolovich, I hope you didn't die. If you died, then I will tell you, rest in peace, buddy. I'll pour one out for you. I'll find your grave and I'll pour one out for you right on there, okay? Rest in peace, Mendolovich. Alright. What do you mean scrubbing your brain with fluoride? You shouldn't use fluoride on your teeth. Wait, you don't have any teeth. Maybe it's because you didn't use fluoride on them. Gotta get Raimi, Odette, and Vicky in the same stream. I don't think I've ever met Vicky. Is Vicky a mouse? Does Vicky have ears like mine? Moonbeam City, I think, has bad writing, but that's just my opinion. It's just not funny, it's just obnoxious. But it is really stylish, so in that sense I would say that it's kind of worth watching if you just like a beautiful art style. But it's kind of dated, because it has a really vaporwave aesthetic, and I genuinely don't really like that aesthetic very much. But I do like how it emulates the style of Patrick Nagel. That is what I like about it, but the other aesthetic qualities I find to be a little bit grating. And also, vaporwave music, in my humble opinion... Oh, that was such a cringe thing to say. Why did I phrase it like that? Ugh. Just delete the last 20 seconds of everything I've ever said. Okay, I didn't say that. Anyway, in my opinion, vaporwave music sucks. She got big ears too? Alright, who has the biggest ears? This is an important question. Partay. Mini Tramp. Woo! Out of my wait, Owl. They're always picking on Owl. Whoa. Gee willikers. Woo. Woo. Let's go tofu. Steaks. That is incongruent. And some of the people in this stream wouldn't even be able to eat tofu dogs or steaks on account of not having any teeth. Dudes. Remember that? Whoa! I can't read all of that. That's okay, we're just looking at the pictures. Remember that time I shook hands with that nice friendly gentleman from across the hot dog parlor? Whoa, I can't read that either. This is too crass. I can't read crass stuff. It's too embarrassing. I need to hire a narrator to come in and read this comic because I don't want to say these vulgar terms because that would be awkward. No! Tofu dogs are not that bad. Have you ever tried one? You know what? One day, Suyavi, teeth will be able to grow back. Maybe not yours, but other people's. Alright, now let me see. What did I want to listen to? John Cale? No, I've already listened to too much John Cale. Not recently, but like in history. My Life with Thrill Kill Cold. No, I don't want to listen to that either. No. No, Brian Eno, no. Did you know that Brian Eno has a card game in which he has these prompts to help people come up with creative ideas, typically musicians, but the card prompts are actually really stupid. They're just like live, laugh, love tier, which I was very surprised by. I thought that Brian Eno would have better suggestions because he makes good music, but no. Oh, well, we could listen to Yellow Magic Orchestra. That'd be kind of cool. But I kind of want to listen to Kevin Ayers. But no, I don't listen to Yellow Magic Orchestra that much, so let's put them on. We'll mix it up. What album, though? That's the tricky part. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Stop meowing, Odette. That's so annoying. Alright. Let's do this one. That works. Hello, everybody. Just redact them. I can't just redact them. There's so many crass moments. I thought that I'd be able to read this comic because I really enjoy it, but then I forgot that I don't have the capacity to say these statements because they're just too vulgar. I just don't like saying vulgar stuff, man, which is kind of silly. You'll do it? No. You'll do a whole lot more than that, so yeah, I don't trust you for Collins and reading stuff. You're not a very good narrator. Just redact. Can't read still. It's not even like that, Nicola. Don't make a mockery of me. I know I'm not a say-so idol type. I've already explained the swearing phenomenon. It's just not natural. I just never got into it, and now it's too late in my life to start it, you know? I can't become a person that uses profanity. I made a video, and I said a profanity in it, and then I had to unlist it, and then remake it without the profanity because I felt too bad about saying it because it just seemed too uncharacteristic. Which is an arbitrary distinction because I don't mind talking about any type of subject matter. It's just vulgarity. Saying vulgar things. I can't. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's bananas. What? Are you really emailing me? Are you really emailing me that? You know, I do actually have some plaster molds of my teeth. And so I like making copies of my teeth out of plaster. And then I like giving them to people because then it's just like, hey, do you want some of my molars? And they're like, no, not really. And I'm like, here you go. You know what? Referencing Hanoi Hannah is legitimate. Dropping S-bombs, well, I mean, I could, but I just don't want to. It's just like, it's all in my head. Maybe I need to unlock the power of deeper thinking in order to force myself into being a vulgar bad word sayer. Okay, let me see what your message is. You're not send me anything, hello demon. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Oh, is this your art? Is this... That's vulgar! That's uncouth! That's disgusting! What are you, some sort of sicko? Is that why your mother left? Because she knew what you would become? Are Are you some sort of person that lays in a dungeon and only looks at scantily clad images all day? That is disgusting. That is horrible. That is terrible. No, not fire bombs, napalm bombs. Come on, get with the times. We're talking about Vietnam here. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, you're a silly fella. No, the most awesome dude we know. What will you do tonight? Whoa! What will Werewolf Jones do tonight? Mother Michael Jackson! Why are you talking about Michael Jackson? Are you psychologically bullying me because you think that I look like Miranda Cosgrove Michael Jackson? If you're saying that right now, I'm going to cry. If you're saying that, I will scream and I'll rip out my ears and I'll rip out my hair and I'll scream into the void and I'll scream into my candles and I will put curses and hexes upon you with my blood and with your hair. So don't mess with me, buddy. Don't mess with me. I can't handle that. I'm too sensitive. Michael Jackson would not be proud of your art. Mother would not be proud of your art. Nobody would be proud of your art, and nobody wants any of your teeth. You know what, a rat named Mouse? That is pretty much what it's about. But I don't like it, because the earlier pages of the comic are pretty silly. The full manga is silly. Don't tell me about the teeth market. It's about to come crashing down, and then you're all going to go invest in cat streamers because, you know, the classics never change. Nobody really likes mice. I've been a mouse for like 4 years now. Ain't that crazy? Dude, don't steal my gorgeous teeth. I need them. I need them in order to say cool sentences, but not sentences that contain profanity because that would be uncouth. Shut up, Dad! Philosophy isn't real. What? That sounds like some philosophy speak. Is that it, son? Have you become a philosophy major? There is no studying philosophy in this house. You will either study electrical engineering or nothing. Get out of my house, son. Get out of my house. Have I been going for 4 years? I think I started in 2021. I don't remember. I think it might have been 2022. Was it 2021 or 2020? No, it was 2021 I started. Yeah, so I think I've been doing this for 5 years. Ha 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 ha. Oh, how the time flies. How many? What do you mean? I'm not going to tell you how many teeth I have, you sick person. You're not gonna harvest my teeth and sell them to the piano industry. That is that. Famous Iron Mouse streamers. Whoa! I'm sorry, I'm not Iron Mouse. If you like Iron Mouse so much, why don't you go watch an Iron Mouse stream? Huh? Iron Mouse wouldn't read your messages. Iron Mouse wouldn't show you cool slacker comics. Iron Mouse wouldn't listen to the band Yellow Magic Orchestra with you. Get lost, Shreddicator. I know that you prefer high-end, fancy, namby-pamby streamers. I prefer people that appreciate the humble things in life. So why don't you just take your gator tail between your legs and get the heck out of here, buddy. Go on. Yeah. Good night, Kudo. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. No. Don't do that, Polygamy. Don't do that. You do not have the artistic talent in order to portray my chiseled jawline, my beautiful teeth, my refined eyebrows, my glaring, beautiful red eyes, much like the characters on this beautiful comic. Hiding it. Hiding what? Kombuska might be onto something. I'm obviously not a rat because I am very mouse-like. There's no such thing as a Baopsy rat, dingus. If you really knew so much about his science as he claimed, you would know that. You don't have either types of talents, Mr. Pillow Demon. The only thing you've got is the hair on your back and the pimples on your face, kid. Alright, let's see. You're done. Oh, no. I'm not donezo. Whoa! I can't show this panel. It's going to get uncouth again. I actually am not banked. Thank you very much. I am totally coherent. I'm just enjoying a delicious glass of water and the ecstasy that comes with being in the company of all of my friends. Hooray! No, Odette, settle down. be in a good mood, be in a bad mood, be in an angsty mood. I feel like I'm being disproportionately excited and happy about being here tonight, so I need to become more somber and melancholy, because this is just a bit too much happiness, you know what I mean? I am not a mouse-rat hybrid, I am a mouse-human hybrid. As you can see, you're... What do you mean we're friends? Well, aside from you, I think they're all around me. I got my friend Kombuska, I got my friend Betty Sweaty, a rat named Mouse, Dodolo, Nicola, Sueyavi, my good friends. Well. Yeah, go on, go watch your rat streamer. I didn't even want you here anyway. I'm not a rat, buddy. If you take 2 looks at me, you would see that I am obviously a mouse. See? If I was an actual mouse, I would be a lot hairier. It has always been the case that I'm a mouse and a human. Equal parts mouse, equal parts human, 0% gamer. Where did I get my name? Probably from my mother. She birthed me and she was like, wow, I now declare you Odette. Yeah. Just kidding. I wasn't named by my mother, I was named by my father. If you walk forward, there is Michael. If you walk backwards, there is Jackson. If you do both, look into the mirror. Okay, thank you very much, Jaden Smith. Chuck E. Cheese. This is not Chuck E. Cheese. Why do you have a little king's hat by your name? You have 150 XP. What is this? What is the metric for this XP? How are you even gaining XP by saying things? That's silly. You shouldn't gain XP just for posting a whole lot. Whoa, you have a picture of a man with a giant fumo of Remelia Scarlet. That's kind of crazy. I think that if Remelia Scarlet ever met you, she probably wouldn't like you very much, though. Just saying. Wait, that's mean! Why? Why do I push people away? Why do I have this avoidant and aggressive tendency? Instead of making friends, I alienate them. I'm cruel. I'm unusual. I need to be friendlier. I bet that Remelia Scarlet would like you. I bet she'd be like, hey man, you wanna go grab a smoothie and talk about the Byzantine Empire? I don't know what people talk about. That was just on my mind because I was thinking about the history major things, and that's how all they like. And that's all they like to talk about. I don't have the face of a rat. I have the face of a beautiful and wonderful, whimsical mouse. Hold on, let me put my suspenders back on. There they are. Now do you think that I look like a proper mouse and that I have these cool mousy suspenders on? Do I look groovy? Do I look like I got it going on? Squeak, 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 squeak. I'm definitely a mouse. I'm not a rat, because rats don't squeak. They just, like, groove and boogie. And you've never seen me boogie before. Therefore, you can definitively call me a mouse, buddy. Ratoid. I'm not a ratoid. Some people, man. Sueyavi does sound like a medication, but it's fun to say. I know your name is probably something else, but I'm just going to call you Sueyavi from now on because you have that Sway demeanor. A secretive Nim Mouse? No, Berez in chess. I am not a secretive Nim Mouse, nor am I a rat. I am just Odette Balpsy, the most wonderful mouse woman who ever lived. No. I'm not a rat. I am in fact genetically modified. That's the whole point of me. That's the whole point of being a Balpsy mouse, dude. Don't you know anything about mice? Ooh. Can I have an extra ear? Can we grow another ear on your back so that I can attach one to the back of my neck? Actually, do you know the technique? Can you grow an ear on the back of my neck? I've always wanted to use Q-tips, but as you can see, my ear shape isn't very conductive to using Q-tips, and so I'd like to have an ear growing on the back of my neck so that I can practice using them. Like a Polish femboy. What Polish femboy? never met a Polish boy in my life, and I'm certainly not one. I am a mouse, and I'm also a lady. It's a normal not constant. Whoa, we got another one. We got another one, a freaking history dork. Boo! Boo! Get into the locker, dingus. Not Constantinople itself. That's it, buddy. You're getting an atomic wedgie. Oh, that is a GMO. Oh, that is a GMO. Hooah, hooah, hooah. Boggle is actually the game that Peggy Hill plays. Oh, I can't show the next panel. I should have picked a much better comic to show, but you know what? Oh, hey, we can do this one. Whoa, I can't. Why did you decide to stream Megan Mog? That wasn't a good idea. Maybe I should have picked a different comic. Well, see, the thing is that Mega X, for the most part, is pretty cheerful. There's other ones that are less vulgar, but they're kind of a bummer. Like, Below Ambition is kind of a bummer vibe, and I didn't have a bummer vibe. What? What do you mean? My life is beautiful and it has meaning. I am the embodiment of joy. I am here to leave all of you with joy. Isn't it working? Aren't I making you happy? Aren't you happy that we're having such a nice conversation and listening to such groovy tunes and reading this comic that I refuse to read to you because I get too intimidated with the prospect of saying vulgarities? Yeah, I'm doing a good job. Maybe I just need to get Salt Miner to get in here and read this for me. Salt Miner is my go-to narrator. He's pretty good at narrating. He narrated my Judge Golden video because he has a freakishly weird voice that just suits narration. So I appreciate that I met the bloke. Wait, I can't say bloke. I hate British people. Alright, take that back. I didn't say the term bloke. I said fella. Well, one of the most appealing abilities that a mouse could give humans is the ability to grow really, really long teeth. Because mouse teeth never stop growing, and so I perpetually have to gnaw on things. You can't hear me? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Well, to be fair, I'm sure you'd rather hear that than me. But anyway, I don't want to listen to Yellow Magic Orchestra, actually. I want to listen to... What do I want to listen to? Dude, the world is my oyster. I need to stop saying that. That's silly. May I? What was I doing? Funkadelic. No, Funkadelic wouldn't really fit the vibe. But you know what? I do really like the album Maggot Brain, so let's just put it on. Everybody likes Funkadelic. It's a crowd pleaser. What the heck? Why did you post this, like, pregnancy gooner art onto Discord? I didn't like seeing this. I did not like seeing this at all, Piwo. All I know is that you continue to be a disappointment. Making salacious art of such a natural and beautiful phenomenon. Shame on you. Shame on all who know you. Shame on the hand that holds the pencil that you create with. Needless to say, I'm very disappointed in you. I did not like seeing that. You can hear things I said within the past 3 minutes. Well, now you can't even hear the music because Maggot Brain has such a slow start. But I really want you to be able to hear it because Maggot Brain is such a cool song. Have you ever just been in such a spacey mood and just laid back and reclined into your couch or your chair or your floor and listened to Maggot Brain? It's such a good vibe. There's no concrete evidence of mouse utopia. Yeah, there is. It's in the center of the world, but you're not really welcome to it. It's only for mice. Sorry. fixated on trying to harvest my teeth. My teeth are beautiful and they fit perfectly into my mouth. But I guess, hypothetically, if my teeth are constantly growing, if I was to just, trim them and continually sell them, then I would be able to turn a profit. However, this doesn't involve you, Swayavi. You are terrifying and have vaguely murderous intentions, and so do not talk about clipping out my teeth with pliers. I'm gonna have a nightmare. I'm gonna have a nightmare about having my teeth ripped out now. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot. Ah! My happy mood has been defeated. I don't have any more joy left in the world. Now I've been broken down. And I don't know, Nicola, why Pillow Demon draws pregnancy fetish art like that. He's just a sick bastard. That's why his mother left. Hey, I said a vulgarity. That's one that I'm alright with saying. Bastard. But, they don't really say that in Megan Mog now, do they? Whoa. Do I sound cool now? Do I sound mature? Now that I said that profane word, do you respect me more? Am I allowed to come into the treehouse and smoke fake cigarettes that are made out of candy while we roll up our sleeves and clip playing cards to the wheels on our bikes so that they make a clicky sound? What if we were all greasers? It is really lovely, isn't it? I am not a gerbo. I don't jump that high. I only jump high to an average degree. I am pretty good at climbing, though. I'm a decent jumper, but my real skill is climbing and hiking. Guys, you wouldn't even believe how good of endurance I have. I can walk and walk and walk and hike for hours on end. I freaking love hiking. It feels so good. It feels so good to be immersed in the trees or the seas or the cliffs. It's just the best you're ever going to feel. But then the problem is that whenever you witness the immense beauty of nature, it gives you like an urge to just jump off at the cliff, jump into the ocean, and be one with it all. But you must resist, because death is selfish. It calls for you, but it can be patient. Yes, yes. Oh, I love hiking. Hiking is fun. Alright, son, why don't we go on a father-son hike this weekend? You tricked me with your Polish femboy magic, but I remember that you're my son. The beauty of hiking and maggot brain has soothed my soul. You know what, son? Pick up some marshmallows. We'll go roast some marshmallows around the fire. Heck, if you know how to start a fire, I might even be proud of you. I might even let you wear my baseball cap. I wish you could jump as high as me too. But I don't even jump that high, so if you can't jump as high as me, then that probably reflects upon you poorly, dude. I'm the father. Maggot brain. Happy Calmochi. I love using emoticons, they're so cool. Oh. Sorry, I just felt like typing for a bit. Sometimes it's fun to communicate by typing. But then the problem is that I'm a live streamer, so I'm supposed to be live. Why'd you call me a Roingus Kombuska? What's your PFP? I want to see what it is. Let me look here. Da-da-da-da. Oh, it's a little kitty cat with a little octopus on its head. Have you ever had takoyaki? Oh, takoyaki is so good, but then it's unethical because you're not supposed to like eat octopuses because they're super intelligent. Would you rather eat an octopus or someone that was super dumb? Well, the problem that arises with that is that cannibalism can make you really sick. You'll get that brain virus if you eat people. So unfortunately, we are not going to be eating pillow demon today, but that's okay. The border of West Virginia. Oh. You're a mountaineer. Wow! You're a mountaineer, you say, Soyavi? You're a mountaineer, I know. That's so cool. I bet you know a lot about the mountains, buddy. I bet you know all about wearing long socks so that ticks don't bite your legs. You're so good at hiking. You're such a good mountaineer. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm the father. I am the father. We can go get ice cream, son. Alright, what do you want? Butterscotch or mint chocolate chip? Trick question. I like cookies and cream the best. Wow, you like the song? You like the song, Nicola? That's so nice. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. No, no, no. Stop conspiring to steal my gorgeous, wonderful, ever-growing ivory teeth. They are more high quality than any of you could ever fathom, and therefore, you do not need to sell them. You do not need to manhandle them. Just appreciate them. Gaze at them. View them the same way that somebody would view, the Notre Dame. Poor worms died of hunger. That's funny. You're a funny person, Kombuska. You got him. Stealing this music. You like the song too, Pillow Demon? That's so cool. There's a woman who got worms in her brain. Did you know there's a hole at the bottom of the sea? There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole at the bottom of the sea. Did you know that there was also an old lady who swallowed a fly, and so she kept on swallowing increasingly large animals in order to pursue the last animal that she swallowed? Did you know that? You know what book is also pretty good? The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I like all of the creative textures and the fun pictures of food in there. Wait, this is making me sound like a dingus. I'm just talking about like children's literature. But we're not reading children's literature. We're reading big boy comics for tough guys like me. Peebo collabs with women. Peebo has never met a woman in his entire short and meager existence, Mira the Lobster. It's nice of you to like lie for him to make him look cool, but sincerity is the most important thing in life, and so don't debase yourself with lies in order to make this rapscallion look better than he actually is. You would eat the dummy over the octopus? What if they made takoyaki with dinguses instead of octopuses? Then that would be good. Oh, dude, now I want some takoyaki. It's so good. It tastes so good. But I can't go get it because I work tomorrow during the time at which the restaurant that has it would be open during their lunch hours. Dude, I hate working. I hate my job. I hate my life. I hate your life. I hate making buttered popcorn and burning my hands in the butter and interacting with the stupid customers who can't make up their minds as to whether or not they want the large or extra large popcorns to obesify their bodies with. I hate them all so much, and every day I'm on the verge of crashing out because I just don't like it, dude. I gotta get a better job. I dislike whenever they flip out about this stupid popcorn buckets and why they have such a fixation on collecting plastic trash. It's so stupid, dude. You don't even know how crazy the customers at the movie theater get over popcorn buckets. Movies aren't even good. Movies that show in the theaters are 95% bad. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But that's okay. Onwards and upwards, Odette. Tomorrow you have another shift at the popcorn mines, and you can handle it. I believe in you. I have another job that's more relevant to my interests, but it's at the university that I go to, and so I only get to work it during the time that the school is in session. Right now we're on the winter break. But I've been working the 2 jobs while the school was in session last time. That's stressful, man. I don't know if I'm a 2-job type of person. I think I'm going to let go of the movie theater once the school year is in session again. And then find a different thing to do during the summer, because the movie freaking sucks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate burning my arms with the butter. But that's not the topic. Mira, are you sure you're a woman? If you play games with Piwo, then I think that's evidence against the point. That is not proof. That is not proof. You're wearing knee-high wool socks to prevent ticks. I know everything. No flash photography. No, you can take flash photography of my wonderful whimsical teeth. I don't mind. We're not reading children's literature. We're reading. You know what? You're right about that. But we haven't even read it because we keep on reading it, and then I get too self-conscious about the vulgar subject matter, and then I skip past it. What? What? Here. Okay, hold on. I'll show you a picture of my glorious chompers. 1, cheese, 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 cheese. Alright, I took a photo. I don't think you're prepared to see how glorious my chompers are, but I'm willing to show you. Alright, let's see here. Where did the photo go? Okay, cover this up. I still don't know where the photo went on my canvas. I had a photo. I just don't know where it went. Well, never mind then. I can't find my image. Maybe it's too small. No one will ever know about my chompers, actually. Where did that image go? I just posted it. Whatever. It was not meant to be. There we go. Mouthpiece are among... I have to say, I think that mouse teeth are better than beaver teeth. Because mouse teeth don't look all yellow and discolored, but beaver teeth do. Beavers suck. Mouse rule. You want popcorn? You want movie theater buttery popcorn? Hi, what can I get started for you today? Would you perhaps like a large popcorn, or would you like the extra large popcorn? The extra large popcorn is going to be about $2 more, and it comes with a free refill. Alright, of course, let me get that for you. Would you prefer your butter layered or on top? Layered? Absolutely. Let me get that for you. Can I help you with anything else today? Would you like any ices or drinks? An icy? Of course. Would you prefer small, medium, or large? Okie dokie. And would you prefer cherry, blue raspberry, or Coca-Cola flavor? A mix? Alrighty, I can do that. Here you go. Have a nice rest of your day. Take care. Movie theater is much infinitely worse than researching the aromatic qualities of basil. Worse than selling cigarettes. At least that'd be cool. Beaver teeth suck. Beaver teeth are unaesthetic. Mouse teeth are where it's at. They're beautiful and shiny. Screenshotted. Screenshotted. You didn't screenshot nothing, Shredder Raider. Practical what? My teeth? My beautiful mouse teeth? They're the best thing on earth. What do I understand? Customer service? Yeah, I do. That's some Flintstones type logic, a rat named Mouse. But you know what? You know what? I don't think my teeth are very much like spoons at all. I think if anything, they're kind of like, well, hold on a second. Cheese! Not very spoon-like whatsoever. Alright, now let me scoot back again. Whoa, I scooted down. That's not good. I just disappeared. I just disappeared like the irrelevant mouse creature that I am. Alright. There you are. There I am. Everybody's happy to see me again because I'm here. That recreation of my job sounded kind of nice. Thank you. Did it make you want to come to my movie theater and purchase Avatar Fire and Ash popcorn buckets? People get really angry whenever we're out of the popcorn buckets. They yell and they get really aggro. They love those bucketarinos. But I'm not powerful enough to stop the bucket consumerism. Whoa. Whoa! We don't even know why Werewolf Jones went to the hospital because I didn't read that part because it was too vulgar. Cool, said this little robot. Ooh, another vulgarity. Let's get messed up. Hello, owl. Robot. Hi, I'm Jack. Hello. Hey, everybody, let's play a party game. How about horrible feet contests? That's something that y'all would be able to participate in. I feel like y'all have some nasty sidewalk smackers. Ooh, aluminum buckets. Aluminum buckets with pictures on them? That is about what they have in the movie theater. Also, hi, biggest boy. Good night. Nice to see you. You know what? I don't like popcorn that much. I'll eat it every now and then, but I stopped eating it several years ago because I was afraid that it would cut my gums. And then I decided to eat it again because I was like, that's not gonna happen. And you know what happened, Nicola? I cut my gums. I knew better. I knew better. What? I think that Werewolf Jones might actually have HIV. I think you're right about that. I think that's his character trait. He has a whole lot of nasty diseases. That's just his vibe, though. That's just how he lives. 70 hours? Ooh, you worked at a Cinemark too? Oh my goodness. Rest in peace, buddy. Cinemark is the most miserable place on earth. I hate the Cinemark way. I hate offering heroic service. I hate asking people to fill out surveys. No. Don't think about the Cinemark stuff, Odette. You don't have to do that for another, 8 hours. I have work in 8 hours. There's probably going to be enough time to stream. I mean, to sleep, but if there's not, that's okay. Who will go first? Meg, that's not that bad. Oh wait, that's literally what he said, Meg. That ain't so bad. Check this out. Whoa. None of their feets are all that bad. Mog's foot is just a little kitty cat foot, and that's pretty cute. I like the kitty cats. I really do. Owl's foot is just... somebody has to work in order to pay for all of your coding classes and stripedy socks, my thin boy son. Sorry that you have such a privileged life while I slave away in the popcorn mines. Whoa, they're gonna play Spin the Bottle. They're going to play horrible feet contests. And Werewolf Jones is angry that he missed it. And, whoa, hey, listen here. Werewolf Jones is more deep than that. Just kidding, he really isn't. That does some about blah, blah, blah. That sums up his character. He actually does get a little bit grating sometimes compared to the other ones that have nice moments. But he also has some moments where he's nice, but he's also like a deadbeat dad. And that's what I like about him. He reminds me of myself and my own tendency to be a deadbeat towards my son, Pillow Demon, and the other Polish guy. You're eating raw meat right now. Wow. Hi, Grief. How are you? Merry Christmas. I'm glad you're having such a glorious time eating all of that raw meat. Why are you eating it raw, though? Is it just a preference? Does it taste better that way? Ha! That's why we call you Soyavi. Good old Soyavi. Our little vegan friend. That's alright. There's nothing wrong with, being a little vegan fella. It's alright. Wait, you have something in common, Grief and Soyavi, but I won't say it, because that would be silly. But you do. You have something very similar about each other. Wait, that's awkward. Haha. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Wait, I am stirring. There's something wrong with you too. You can't digest meat. Why can't you digest meat? Why can't you eat it? You just have something dysfunctional about your tummy? Did you get bit by the tick that takes away people's ability to eat meat because you were walking around in West Virginia without your thick wool socks and now it's just over for you? And now you will be perpetually malnourished for the rest of your sordid life? I'm sorry, buddy. It'll be okay. We will get you all of the tofurkey that your heart desires. Don't even worry about it, Soyabi. Don't even worry about it. Let's see here. Whoa! It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that this little robot is here. I like him. I think that he's pretty kawaii. You're a vegetarian? Oh, I see. Why so? Or feet contests. Whoa, why is he speaking to Mike like that if that's his friend? Why would he do that? Is it because you got bit by a tick? Is it because you got bit by the tick that takes away that ability? Or is it by choice? Ooh. I expect there to be a tiny anus between each of those toes. I think that is not the worst foot I have ever seen in my life. I've seen nastier feet. This is why I do not think that men should be allowed to wear sandals, because they all have feet like that. Sandals should be a lady-only privilege, and that's the worst part of summer, is having to see men's toes. But you know what? I prefer to remain optimistic. It could be the case that I could go blind before the time that summer comes around. And that wouldn't be so bad, would it? Dude, you don't need my teeth. You don't even want my teeth. My teeth are, relative to your proclivities, contaminated by the consumption of animal proteins. You would not want to contend or sell with these carnist teeth. No. This comic is so out of pocket, isn't it? Is that what your toes look like, Nicola? Is that what happens whenever you stick your toes into Piwo's face? I think soon I will be taking my leave so that I can mentally prepare myself for my shift at good old Cinemark, but also more so it's because my throat hurts. I'm out of practice, but soon I will regain my vocal muscles. So everybody, goodbye. Thanks for reading. How many pages of this comic did we read? 17 out of 214. That's pretty impressive. Do you like these dinosaur bones behind me? Do they soothe your sordid souls? Alright. Yes, they do. Don't lie. You have jacked up teeth, and that's perfectly okay. Well, it's not quite over. First, I have to tell everybody goodbye and well wish upon everybody. Cinemark Duel! Okay, listen here, buddy. There's a lot of Cinemarks up in the country. Just because you know that I work at a Cinemark doesn't mean that you know the specific one. Mr. or Mrs. You have sellable feet. Alright, Shredder-Regrator. I'm going to purchase one photo of your sidewalk smackers, and I will pay you approximately $3 for it. Well, $3 per foot, so if you send photos of both of them, then I guess I will pay you $6 in total. Does that work? Is that a fair price? Is that how much you're willing to part with? Waited longer for what? What? Why do you wanna dox me? Bio Squidward? Bio Warthog? Bio Warhead? Bio Warthead? BioWarehead? BioWare sucks. Why do you like BioWare games so much? You're a nerd. You're a dingus. Ooh. I don't think that we work in the same Cinemark unless you live in East Texas, buddy. That'd be crazy if you did, though. What if we're co-workers? What if tomorrow, whenever I'm crying on the ground, you see me at work? You want to meet me and listen to the new sound? Why do you want to meet me? Why does that matter? Okay, if you go to the next Off-Kai Expo, if I can afford to go again, then you can meet me there. And I'll even hand you a sticker. I'll be like, hey man, you want this sticker? I'll give you one. And you'll say, thanks buddy. Thanks for for giving me this sticker. It's so valuable and beautiful. You've designed it with so much care. I'll cherish this for the rest of my life. Okay, Bio Edward? That's what I'll do for you. But I don't know why you're bringing up Jordy Grape's hit album, The New Sound. This is acceptable? Alright then. I'll see you at Off-Kai Expo. And yeah, you're right. They did make the hit game Mass Effect. And they made Dragon Age Origins. But... Ooh, we work at the same Cinemark. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna find you tomorrow, a rat named Mouse, and I'm gonna show you my secret handshake. You're going to be so impressed whenever I show you my secret Cinemark handshake, and we're going to eat buttered popcorn with jalapenos, and we're gonna eat ices, and we're going to sneak into the movies after it's after we're waiting for the theater to close down and the last customers to leave. Off-Kai was really fun. Even though I felt a little bit awkward being there and had a hard time interacting with people ever so slightly, I found that challenging. I don't think I did that bad. I really enjoyed going. It was like a family reunion of sorts, and so if there's another one, I will try to go again. You will find me at Off-Kai. What? You can't go. You don't have a passport. Off-Kai Expo isn't in Poland. But, Pillow Demon, if you're there, I'll give you a sticker too. I'll give any of these stickers. And I think they also made Mass Effect Andromeda. I wouldn't think that game would get outsourced to a different company. But, the best game that BioWare ever made, in my opinion, was Dragon Age Origins, because I think it's really fun. You missed the free ices. Ooh, the hot dogs there are so gross, though. Not that Soyavi would know anything about it, because Soyavi only likes tofu dogs, because Soyavi is a vegan, and that's okay. Sometimes in life, people are vegans, and you have to respect their differences. Sometimes they read too much Peter Singer books, and that really shifts their perspectives on things, but you know what? Gotta love them. People in this world, they all have different things going on for them. It takes all sorts of fruits to make fruit cups. Wow, those were good times, Fred Fake. You were there, I was there, Miss Ricotta was there. Those were the days. But if we ever do it again, it won't be the same because we'll be older, wiser, more cynical. We'll all have beer bellies and bags under our eyes because we'll be tired and of the world now. We will not be the ignorant children that we were on Off-Kai Expo of 2025. No. That Fred Fake is dead. Slithering around, what are you? Some sort of scaly? That's gross. Just use your feet. Just use your tick-ridden feet. BioWare made WarioWare. BioWare did not make WarioWare, dingus. BioWare did make Knights of the Old Republic. You are correct about that. And they also made Jade Empire. And they made... What else did they make? They made the Mass Effect games. They made the Dragon Age games, which were not very good after the first one. They made Knights of the Old Republic. They made Jade Empire. And they probably made other stuff, but I don't remember. My voice is so tired. I'm gonna need to get a little pillow from my throat. I love working at Cinemark. Cinemark is the best thing in the world. Whoa! Alright, that's a fair point. Which one will be cooler? Which one will be more glamorous and glorious? I don't know. Wait, wasn't somebody gonna send me a picture of their feet? Oh yeah, that was Shredder. I was going to pay you $6 for both feet, or $3 per foot. But if you had a third foot, then I guess I would pay you $9. Though, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something real fast. Bio Warhead, I'm not quite sure why you would want to meet me. For the most part, whenever you meet someone, be it a musician or somebody that you know IRL, unless you're a very close personal friend with them, it's probably not going to be as interesting or as special as you think it will be. I mean, it might be a little bit novel, but if you're there and I'm there, I'm certainly happy to meet you. I'll even give you a firm handshake. But I'm not sure that you would get anything out of meeting me that you wouldn't be able to get from my stream. Other than prolonged eye contact. Ha! I have never in my life Good night, everybody. Sleep tight. Don't let the giant mutate